Good evening, everyone. We are live. Oh my God, I am so excited. We're finally live. This is the day that we have been waiting for. If you're excited to be here, I want to see in the comments that you're excited to be here. Please put in the comments, just mark your attendance that you're here tonight. And we're about to have such an amazing time tonight. Please make yourselves comfortable, right? So if you're joining in right now, if you're here already, please put in the comment where you're watching from, what's your name, introduce yourself, tell us where you're watching from. What are you looking forward to learning today? All right, so I want to meet you. I want to meet you. I'm looking out for the comment, okay? So just put in the comment where you're watching from, what you're looking forward to learning today. What's like your biggest expectation? All right, so like just put it in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing and reading from you. Thank you so much for joining. I assure you that this is going to be the best use of your time. Yes, at least for the next 1 hour. EAK method of speaking excellently on stage and on camera. All right. So while we wait for more people to join, if you're here already, please let me know in the comments that you're here. All right. I'm looking forward to your comment too. Look, don't dull me, please. I don't want dull people here. I know that we are active. So put in the comment what's your excitement for today, what you're looking forward to learning. And if you know that there's someone that needs to be here, you can share this live stream with them, let them join. This is a completely free webinar, all right? So please let people know that you are here and there's something that's about to happen here tonight. Okay, so let's do that quickly. And please put in the comments what you're expecting to learn today. What's your name? Where are you watching from? What's your biggest? What are you looking forward to today? Okay, everyone that's been on the group, we have a lot of persons that are registered, at least over 70 persons. Please go and put, if you're here right now and you know that there's someone that needs to be here in the group that's not here, go and remind everyone in the group that the live session has started. Let's do that quickly. Okay, if you're joining, do not stay quiet. This is not, I'm not going to be the only one talking. I want to see you. I want to see your comments in the chat box. Tell me what you're looking forward to today. What is your biggest expectation today? And where are you watching from? Also, introduce yourself. I would like to meet you. Okay, I see Clara. Clara says, I'm excited to be here. Looking forward to what's new. Cece, okay, Cece from Mauritius. Wow, we have someone from Mauritius. That's amazing, amazing. Welcome, Cece. I am excited to have you here. I am super excited to have you. I assure you that it is going to be an exciting time today. And I know that you're not living here the same way you got here. All right, Cece, if you know there's someone that needs to be here, go and invite them because we're about to have a swell time. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. All right, let's keep it coming. If you're just joining, please put in the comment box your name, introduce yourself, tell us where you're watching from and what you're anticipating and looking forward to learning today. Let's keep it going. And in the next 2 minutes, we get started with the business of today. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, so while we wait for that, I'm going to talk about myself. I will tell a brief story. While please keep your comments coming, all right? So I'm going to tell you a very short story about how I started as a speaker. So today I'm speaking on stages and speaking in front of the camera, but it was never like this for me. It was never like this for me. I remember back when I was in secondary school around the year 2010 thereabout. No, 2010 to 2012 thereabout. I was in secondary school at the time. And the first experience I had as a speaker was when I was called upon to speak to my fellow students, the entire school. I was to debate. I was one of the debaters. You know the debates we do in secondary school. So I had prepared days before, even weeks before. I was so ready. I had my points. Everything was on point. I was ready. I was on fire. At practice, I believed so much in myself. I knew that I'm gonna conquer this. I'm gonna do this. But on the day that I was to deliver, it was not as I expected. So I had everything in my head. And, some other people had come up to give their points and they were so incredible and amazing. And in my mind, I was like, Precious, you can do this. And then immediately I went up on stage and I was given the mic to start speaking. You won't believe what happened. You won't believe what happened. At that moment, everything that I had practiced, every single thing that I had practiced disappeared into thin air. I couldn't remember a single thing. Now, this was the same person who believed in herself, and I had practiced and rehearsed. I was so prepared, but immediately I didn't know what to say. My mind was blank. And because I didn't know what to say, I started to shiver. My entire body I was shaking. I was quivering. Like I didn't know what to say. I was given the mic and I started to speak, but I couldn't hear myself, let alone the audience. It was an embarrassing moment for me. Quite embarrassing. And as if that wasn't enough, while still managing myself and trying to speak, the microphone fell from my hand. I literally wished that the ground would open up and swallow me. Because at the time, that was the most embarrassing moment of my life and day of my life. I think I was already almost a senior, already a senior. Yes. And I had some junior, in school now, you have junior students, people who look up to you, even if it's just a class lower than you are. It was really embarrassing. I couldn't even, I didn't know how to even face other people. I had to run out of the stage. That was the worst time of my life speaking. And after that, I made a resolution that initially I had believed that, oh, speaking wasn't for me. I'm not really, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. All these people, I used to admire people who were so eloquent and young teenagers like I was then, who were so eloquent, and I would say to myself, you know what, speaking is not really for me. Maybe I should just focus because I love to write. Maybe I should just focus on writing. That was what I believed. But something along the line, I changed. I realized that speaking wasn't something that is reserved. It's not something that's reserved for a set of people, right? It's something that any and everyone, is a skill that every and anyone should develop. Then I started to work on myself. Before I left school, I became one of the best orators in my school. Yes. I became a newscaster. I was holding positions, and that made me stand in front of the entire school to speak because I believed in myself. I made a resolution that, this skill, I must acquire it. So, if you've ever been in that situation where you feel like speaking is not really my thing, I hear people say that a lot. Speaking is not really my thing. I'm not so good. I'm not good with words, or I'm not good with speaking in front of a camera or on stage. That's not me. I'm so shy. If you've ever thought about that or had that thought in your mind, I want you to know that speaking is not it's not a thing for a particular category of people, a set of people. Anybody and everybody should learn the skill of speaking, public speaking. It's a skill that can be acquired by anyone. All right, so yes, we have more people. I hope you enjoyed my story. And let me also know in the comments, rate yourself from 1 to 10. How confident are you as a speaker? 1 to 10. If you're 1, then it means that, oh my God, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. If you're 10, then clock it. Well, I don't. If you say you're 10, then it means you're proud. Oh. That means you're saying that you don't need to work on yourself again, but it's actually a good one. So let me know in the comments. Huh? Okay. Okay, I'm going to be reading the comments. Hi, Onyinye said, Onyinye from Onitsha, Anambra State. Wow, welcome. And he just says, I want to know how to avoid stage fright. I want to know how to avoid stage fright. The fact is, you can't avoid stage fright. It will always come, but it's learning how to manage it. All right. But I'm happy that you want to learn that. And I know that you're going to definitely overcome that. Okay, so we have Philip. Philip watching from Ijebu Ode, Ogun State. Looking forward to harnessing the nitty gritty of communication. Yes, I am also looking forward to you harnessing and becoming a better version of yourself. Okay. Sam Albert said 15 over 10. Okay, I'm not going to debate that actually. Okay, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what is your rate 1 to 10 as a speaker. How do you rate yourself while we get started? Please, one more time. If you know there's someone that needs to be here that is not here, we are fully getting started now in less than a minute. In fact, in 30 seconds, we're getting into what I have for you today. So the speak method of communicating excellently on stage and on camera. This is this is an acronym, and you see it's a play of words. Speak is also an acronym. So I'm sure that this will stick. All right. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. Once again, welcome to this webinar. This promises to be an exciting time. I want you to ensure you have your notes, your pen ready to jot down, and also ready to jot down the things that you'll be implementing from now, because it's one thing to learn, it's another thing to actually execute what you've learned and implement the insights that you've gathered here. So what should you expect today? By the end of this webinar, you're going to walk away with a complete practical 5-step method for communicating with confidence and impact. And I want you to know that this is not a theory class. Yes, even though it's free, but I've ensured that it is as valuable and insightful as possible. That even if you're going to run with the knowledge you will get from today's and tonight's class, it's good enough. It's a good start. That is if you promise that you will be implementing all that you'll be learning today. All right, so all I'll be teaching you today comes with a practical exercise that you can do immediately. And I have something special for you at the very end of this session. So if you're watching now, ensure to stay till the very end. It's only those who will be staying to the very end that will get access to what I have for you. All right, let's go. So who am I and why should you listen to me? For those of you who don't know, my name is Precious Greg, and I am a public speaking trainer, communications professional, corporate event host, and the founder of Speaker Lab. So public speaking has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. From my early years, I've been immersed in communications, and over time I've evolved into training, coaching, and helping others find and own their voice with confidence. I've worked with a diverse range of people and organizations, from corporate teams to creatives, entrepreneurs, and young professionals. I've hosted and spoken for brands and platforms such as TEDx, Nigerian Education Conferences and Awards, Center for Legal Support and Image Rehabilitation, CELSA, AI or Die Tour, Mervin's Record, Grow Conference, amongst many others. So my journey into speaking didn't start on big stages. Like the story I shared earlier, it started from small intentional steps, and I wasn't all good from the beginning. I was a shy person, very shy. I still am shy, anyways, but not when I'm speaking. So I began as a newscaster in secondary school. In university, I explored expression as a spoken word artist, using words to move people and command attention. Then I found myself constantly in positions that required me to speak, lead, and show up with every stage. And with every stage, I grew. Okay, now you've learned a thing about me. Let's go over to you. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever finished speaking, maybe on stage, you delivered a presentation at work, or maybe you pitched your business, or even a live webinar like this, you spoke in front of a camera, and then you thought to yourself, ah, that did not come out well. Oh, what I planned in my head and what was delivered, there's a difference. It didn't come out well. I was supposed to say this and not that. I wasn't supposed to say it like this. I was supposed to say it like that. You start to replay your words again. Like you start to replay it. Has this happened to you before? Trust me, if it has happened to you before, it's normal. It has happened to at least 95% of speakers. It has happened to almost everyone. You've been in that position where you spoke on a stage, on camera, or any setting, and you had to start replaying your words. And why did I say it like this? I thought of it like this. Why didn't I say it like that? This has probably happened to you. So let me know in the comments if this has happened to you. Just say, yes, yes, it has happened to me. And I'm going to be helping you out of that situation. I'll show you how you can ensure you do not find yourself in that situation again. Okay. So I see more comments coming. Thank you. Some people are still giving their rating. Raw code says 0/10. Raw code. No, 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 no. You need to work on that. Okafor from Isialangua. Wow, that's Abia State. Hi, Okafor, welcome. Says 2/10. There's a lot of work to be done. All right, so if you've ever been in that situation, let me know in the comment. You had the words, you knew your material, you knew your stuff, you knew what you wanted to say, but when you open your mouth, it did not quite land well. So maybe you spoke too fast. A lot of people, their problem is that they speak too fast. They rush over their words. Some ramble, and it's like, oh, you're just saying some things, but they're not making sense. You're just saying a lot of things that is not making sense. For some, they forgot key points. It's like you're speaking, and then halfway through, you just forget what you want to say next. I'm like, you just go blank, and you don't know what to say next. That has probably happened to you. And then you're watching maybe the recording over and over, and you're like, oh my god, why did I do it like this? I'm so ashamed of myself. So if any of this sounds familiar, just type yes in the comments. Type yes. We are going to be working on that right now. Let me see the yes in the comments. Oh my god. All right, so today I'm going to show you the method that changes everything for you as a speaker. The SPEAK method. Yeah, Debbie says, yes, me trying to shoot content. Yeah, right. I totally understand. That's why a lot of people run away from video content. Anything video content, oh, count me out. It cannot be, can never be me. Some people have said that to themselves, can never be me. Never say never. All right. So today I'm going to be showing you the method, and that method is the SPEAK method. What's the SPEAK method? It's an acronym. S stands for speak with structure. P stands for practice out loud. E, express with specifics. A, articulate slowly. K, know your phrases. So this is a speak method, and we'll be going over each and every one of them one after the other. So we're going to go through each one, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to apply each one, right? And like I said initially from the beginning, this is a practical session, right? So we're going to be practicing a few exercises. By the time we get to the end of this acronym, you're going to feel the difference, not just understand it, but you feel the difference. All right, let's move on to the first. That is the S, speak with structure. Speak with structure. Speak with structure. Now, have you ever had a brilliant point in your head, but when you say it out loud, it came out tangled? You know what I said about rambling? You said three things when you meant to say one, and by the time you finish the sentence, even you weren't sure what your point was. A lot of people have this problem. It's like word salad. You're saying a lot of things, but they make no sense. All the things, it's like you are bringing different, just think about bring I can't even explain it the way I want to explain it, but it's okay. Oh my god. Network wanted to stop us, but we serve a living God. We are back. Please, everyone, thank you for those that are still here. Thank you for waiting. And my sincere apologies for the break. We are back. Please invite other people that left that we have resumed, please. Let's come back. Let's come back. I'm going to give us 1 minute to reconverge so that we can continue. We serve a bigger God. We serve a bigger God. The devil tried to stop us, but God said no. Because you're about to become an excellent speaker. So the devil is trying to stop this. But God said, no, no, you have to speak on stages, on international stages, on global stages. So please let us come back again. If you know there's someone that needs to be here, please invite them that the life is back off. Let's continue like we never stopped. Okay, so if you're joining back again, just write, I am back. I am back. Yes, we're back stronger and better. Thank you so much for reconvening. We kick off in less than in 30 seconds. All right. So very quickly, if there's anyone that needs to be here, that was here initially, that left, please tell them that the live is back up so we can resume. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so back to this SPEAK method of speaking excellently on stage and on camera. Now we are on S, that is speak with structure. Speak with structure. And while with structure, while talking about speaking with structure, I talked about the PrEP framework of speaking with structure. That's the point, reason, example, and point. So for the point, state your main idea first. Lead with conclusion. Don't make people wait for it. You know what they say? Lead with the end in mind. Speak with the end in mind. That's the same thing here. You want to go on stage and you want to deliver a message, or you want to shoot a video content. First, understand or note down, what is the one key message I'm trying to pass across with this? What's the one key message I'm trying to pass across with this? Is it whatever the message is? If you can put it, you should be able to put it in a one sentence. What is the one big message I want my audience, my listener, to get from this? Right? So that is the point. So you start with that. You know what they say about hooks, right? So that is how you get your hook. That's how you get the attention of your listener, of your readers, of your audience. Hook. And hooking them, they have to know what to expect. Oh, what am I looking forward to? Do you understand? So that is how you hook them. That is how you get their attention. Don't make people wait for it. Don't save the best for the last. No, don't do that. Don't save the best for the last. And the next one is reason. Reason is telling people why this matters. Why should they even care? What's one compelling reason why I should even listen to you? What's the reason? Or what's the reason why this point you're making, or this idea that you believe so strongly and you're passing across, why does it work? What's the reason for it? And next up is example. Example is when you back it up with something real. It could be a story, a case study, a number, whatever, something that your audience can picture in their mind. It's just like in marketing, we call proof, social proof. Yes. So example. And lastly, point again. So it's like circling back to the main idea. You circle back to the main idea, which is what you conclude with. So that's how you conclude strong. Okay, so now let's put this in reality. Let's use an example now. Let me use an example to explain this. Here's what speaking without structure sounds like. It's like I come to you and I say, so, when it comes to social media, it's like there's a lot of things you can do. And some people say you should post every day, and others say quality over quantity. I think it depends, but also consistency is important. So I'm saying a lot of things and I'm not even passing any message. I'm talking about social media being that you should quality over quantity, and I'm still talking about consistency. And do you see that? That's how people ramble. They speak a lot without passing a message, without making an impact, which is wrong. Now, let us now deliver the same idea using the PREP method. Start with points. Now I start. As creatives, it's important to post consistently, even if your content is not perfect. That's the point. The point I'm trying to pass across is consistency. Consistency trumps perfection. That's what I'm trying to pass across here. And then I go on to reason. This is because the algorithm rewards regularity more than perfection. Now, I've given you a reason why I believe that idea. Do you see that? Then I move on to example. You see, one of my students went from posting twice a month to posting 5 times a week. It was imperfect, unpolished content, but her reach tripled in 60 days of doing this. That's an example. And then I go back to the point. So, in essence, post as consistently as possible, whether perfect or not. That is a very raw example. Of course, when you're speaking, it can be much better than this, definitely. But it is, I've just outlined this example for you to understand how this PREP framework works. You are trying to create a video content. What is the message you're trying to pass across? What's the key message? Think about it. What starts with that? Create a hook out of it to draw people in, to get the attention of people, and talk about the reason. Why? The reason is basically the why. What's the purpose? Why do you believe this? Why does it work? And then move on to example. An example you have, a proof. It doesn't have to be personal. It can be statistics. It can be something that you've discovered. And then go back to the point. So even when you're speaking on stage, this is a framework that helps, that is very practical and effective. Whether you're speaking on stage, whether you're speaking in front of a camera, it works. So you see, same idea, but completely different impact. With the second one, you can see that you picture what I'm saying and you understand it better. You see that? That is why the PREP framework works, or the PrEP framework, whatever you want to call it. So the PrEP framework is a very simple framework that you can use to structure your words while speaking on stage and on camera. Now I'm going to give you a practical exercise. Yes, I want everyone to do this exercise right now. In the next 1 minute, think of one thing you know. Everybody here, I saw the introductions of some of us. You are all professionals at different fields. You're exceptional, doing exceptionally well at your field. Now, I want you to think about something in your field, in your industry, something that you know very well that's related to your work, your expertise. And I want you to deliver a message on it. Structure it using the PREP framework. Yes, you have 30 seconds now. Think of something. See, you don't have to write an essay, okay? So just something really short. One sentence for each. The point, what's the point? Write it. The reason, the example. Just, it doesn't have to be real. You can just form something, just create something. Do you understand? So put that in the comments. Let us test that out. The PREP. Yes. Welcome back to everybody that joined in. Thank you. Thank you for rejoining. I hope that you're having a great time. So let's put in the comments think of something and use the PREP framework to structure it. Let's do that quickly. Just something really short, and it doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Remember what we said. It doesn't have to be perfect. So put it in the comments. I'd like to read from you. Please put it in the comments. Okay, so in essence, structure is not a cage. It's not something that cages you or makes you feel, because people who are quite spontaneous, they feel like, I don't like to structure no, why would I structure? No, it's not a cage. It doesn't stop you from speaking freely, but it gives you that, allow me to use the word again, structure. It gives you a guide, but you can be as free as possible. So it's a launch pad. It frees you to speak with confidence. It gives you the confidence, the booster that you need to walk on any stage and own it, because you always know where you are and where you are going. I'm still looking forward to everybody's what's going on? What is going on? I'm looking forward to your exercise, your submissions. You're in class, so please drop your submissions in the comments. All right, I am looking forward to it. Drop your submissions, your answers in the comments. There is no right or wrong answer. I'm not going to say, oh, wrong, you feel this. No, that's why we're here. We're here to learn. All right, so don't be shy. Just put your comments. I'm looking forward to who is going to be the first person. Maybe the first person is going to win a gift, or maybe not. Maybe the first person is going to win a gift. Let me see. Okay, Abraham is saying what's prep. So prep is what I've just explained right now for those just joining. Prep is the PREP framework for speaking. The point, reason, example, points. So maybe you can go over this, the recording, so that you understand fully. For those that have been here, please put in the comments what's your submission. I want to read from you. Put it in the comments. I'm looking for the first person to drop a comment, and that person is who's gonna be the person. Okay, while I'm waiting for that, I'm waiting for who the first person is going to be before we move on to the next letter, and that is P. P. So we said P is what? Practice out loud. Yes. Practice out loud. I'm still waiting for the comments. Practice out loud. This might sound cliche. Oh, practice. They say it all the time. Practice, practice. Practice makes perfection. Practice makes improvement. Now it's improvement, not perfection. Practice, practice. I've heard this before. And you're like, I would do it if I'm good at it. I'm good at it. Don't. Now, okay, I see the first person. Okay, so Mazi Mbojirikwe, welcome. Mazi, hope you keep some spare parts for us because you need money. Okay, I know this Mazi doesn't sound like he needs money. Okay, so I have Olive says, as women, we owe it to the society to educate them on how menstruation is a part of what makes a woman a woman. This is because we live in a Soviet where women are being stigmatized. For example, someone I knew got shamed because she casually said she was in her period. I'm loving this. Okay, keep it coming. The final point early, but this is beautiful. This is beautiful. As women, we owe it to the society to educate people on how menstruation is a part of what makes a woman a woman. And this is a solid message. This is a solid message. This is because we live in a Soviet where women are being stigmatized. Beautiful. I love this. So that's the point. The first is the point, and then we have the reason. We have the example. For example, I know someone got shamed because she casually said she was in her period, and then point again. Is that when she goes back and say, so this is why I believe that XYZ, or in essence, or you understand. So that's a beautiful submission. Thank you, Olive. That's beautiful. But I'm still waiting for your final points. Okay, so moving on. Practice out loud. Practice out loud. I want you to hear this clearly, because this is one thing that most people skip. It's the reason why most people still sound nervous even when they know their material. Some people like to wing it. They feel, I'll do well. I'll be fine. Don't do that. See, most of us, and even some people who don't wing it, who feel like, I need to practice, but they don't practice the right way. You think that rehearsing is done in your head. Okay, I'm just going to write down my scripts and just read it in my head and practicing. No, that's you're not rehearsing, you're not practicing. You're definitely not. Or you say, okay, I'm just going to read through the notes. That's practice. That is not practicing. Or you think, I'm just going to think about it in my head and just be memorizing it. So that's some people actually do that. You just sit down and be imagining yourself on the stage and be, you think you're practicing. You are not practicing. You're only practicing your thoughts. That's what you're practicing. So you cannot practice in your head. You practice by actually doing. Yes. And that's how you build muscle memory, your voice muscle memory. You can't build your voice muscle memory if you are thinking. You're just breathing, you're just practicing your thoughts, really. So the brain processes spoken language differently from thoughts. And the mouth, the breath, the rhythm of your voice, none of that gets trained by rehearsing in your head. If you're just rehearsing in your head, you're not training your mouth. You're not training your breath control. You're not training the rhythm of your voice, how you sound, how you pause, how you pace, you're not training all of that. So you train yourself when you actually speak and put yourself in that position where it seems like you are maybe on stage, or let's use stage, where it seems like you're already on stage. Practice. So when you practice out loud, you're building muscle memory for your voice. That's your voice muscle memory. You understand? Now imagine keyboardists, pianists. They play keyboard. I'm sure you've seen keyboardists that are so good that they play the keyboard without looking at the keyboard, the pads. They don't look at it. They just like, why do you think they're able to do that? Because they've built muscle memory. So their hands, their fingers know where to press, where is do, re, mi. They know. They don't even need to look at it. That's the same thing too with speaking and with every other thing. So you have to build your voice muscle memory. So that's why practicing is important. Now I'm going to share with you the 3 rules of out loud practice. Okay, what before I get to that, let me go to the comments. I see some more comments coming. I see someone comments comment. Clara says it's important to be patient before leaving a call, even when it seems the call has ended. These days, technical issues are rampant and can be a result of anything. Once during a critical public speaking program, a few people remained on the call and were lucky to enjoy some rewards when the presenter returned and reported some glitch. Some patience ensures that nothing is missed. Okay, now Clara, there's a problem here because your points and that's your first P and your second P don't connect. So the point you're making in the first P, it's important to be patient before leaving a call, even when it seems the call has ended. Okay, and then the last P, such patience ensures that nothing is missed. Okay, this is a good submission, but it can be better. It can be better. It can definitely be better. So you message you're trying to pass across is it's important to be patient, right? Patience before leaving a call. Stay till the very end, which I have advised you to on this call. Stay to the very end. And now the next thing, reason. These days, technical issues are rampant and can be a result of anything. No, that's not a reason. That's not a reason. That's you just buttressing what you have said. Reason is, why do you believe that people should stay till the end? This is because, you can say this is because, so saying technical issues is like stating a problem. Do you understand? So you can rework that. But let's move on to the next thing. Well done, Clara. I love that. I love that you put that out. Okay, so let's move on to P. We're talking about P, right? P, practice out loud. The 3 rules of out loud practice. We have rule 1, record yourself. You cannot fix what you cannot hear. Record yourself on your phone, voice notes, video, anything, and listen back. There's something I learned from Vin. Vin Gang is one of those great communicators I look up to. So he's a great communicator. He says something. 3 ways to become a better speaker is, first, record yourself speaking. Maybe make a video of yourself speaking. Right? Listen to it and turn the volume off and just watch yourself the way you are gesticulating and all without hearing your voice. The next thing, just listen to the voice alone. Remove the video and just take the volume up and listen to your voice alone. And that's another one. And also transcribe it. Those are like 3 ways. We have the vocal, that's vocal, that's voice. We have the video, that's looking at yourself, how you move, your body movement and everything. And also checking out for filler words. When you transcribe, you see how you said what you said and how it appears out, the arms and everything, and the filler words you use. So that is something you can try. So record yourself and listen. After recording yourself, watch yourself speak. Everything you do, watch, not just your voice. You're not just paying attention to your voice, how your voice sounds, the rhythm of your voice, how you slow down, how you speed up, how you listen to everything. Secondly, watch your body movements. How do you own the camera? You can also do it, record like you're on a stage. Just set your camera in a way you can grab you, stand up, hold a mic like you're holding a mic. Do it and just do the entire recording. And also transcribe if you can, right? Even if you can't transcribe, just listen to your voice to and what the words that you say. What are you repeatedly saying? Maybe you're saying, I really believe that. I really think, I really, or you're using too many times. So you want to take note of that. Recording yourself helps you take note of your weaknesses and also your strength and what you need to fix as a speaker, about yourself as a speaker. And the next thing, practice standing up. I talked about this briefly. Stand up. You're going to speak on stage. Stand up. Act like you're already on stage. Grab remote control. That's what I use. I use remote control and I can do it like, act like it's a mic. Or the remote control like it's a mic. Yes, or any other thing. You want to put yourself in that moment like you're already on stage and start to practice. So if you're going to speak on a stage, practice like you're on stage. If you need to even put a podium, practice how to even manage and use the podium. Right? So your body changes how your voice sounds. Exactly. Your body changes. That's the way you move your body also changes how your voice sounds. And your posture too. Your posture also affects your breath, and your breath affects your pace. So all of these things are connected. They all work together to help you deliver excellently. But you won't know if you don't practice. You see a speaker you love. Oh, you watch a speaker, wow, what an amazing. You're watching a TEDx show and you see, wow, I love this, and you learned something. Pick up the remote control like it's your mic. Go somewhere, turn on your phone record and start recording yourself. Try to practice what you learned. Or even all that we're going to share, I'm sharing with you tonight. Everything, every insight you'll be getting from here, go and practice it. Maybe you can get your friends to sit as your audience and practice in front of them and ask feedback. Okay, how did I do? Is there anything? Or it better still just record and watch it to see where any part you see you cringe. You're watching yourself like, how did I do like that? Then you need to work on it. Do you understand? So now the third rule, the 3-read rule. The 3-read rule is before any presentation, read your content out loud 3 times from start to finish. You have your script, read it out loud from start to finish. Read it out loud from start to finish 3 times. Yes. Practice it out loud 3 times, start to finish. Yes. If this is the only thing you do, I assure you, you will become such a phenomenal speaker that you'll be so surprised at your growth. Just give yourself 2 months. You'll be surprised at how fast you grow. And one thing you must understand, you're not just practicing, but you're practicing something, right? You have to learn. You get something. Oh, you watch a YouTube video. I'm going to practice how to speak like this. Or I've learned some things. You watch lessons or you take courses on speaking. So I'm going to practice it. Practicing is something that I cannot overemphasize. It's one of the best ways to become an excellent speaker. Practice. Okay, so that is it. I've given you an exercise already. So from today, say to yourself that I'm going to practice daily. That's something, it is very possible. It's not difficult. You can practice even if it's just 30 minutes every day. You have 24 hours the entire day. 30 minutes every day. Practice. Stand in front of your mirror if you have a mirror. Or just stand just anywhere and put your phone, record and practice. This is something that will help you a great deal. So if you know you are going to be taking on this challenge to practice every day, put in the comments that I will practice daily. I will practice daily. Just put in comments, I will practice daily. Let's go. I will practice daily. Like a song. I will practice daily. Yes, I will practice daily. All right. And ensure that you practice daily. It will help you a great deal. Okay, so we're moving on. We're moving on. Thank you for the comments. I see the comments are still coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I will practice daily. I will practice daily. Put that in the comments. I will practice daily. That is a commitment you're making to yourself, that you will practice daily. Practice daily. Practice makes improvement. Israel Matthew says, I will practice daily. Yes, I love it. Alpha Dion says, I will practice daily. Good. I love it. And I hope that you do that. You stick to practicing daily. You don't forget. Tomorrow, you not say, and you've forgotten everything that your vow that you made here. So ensure that you actually practice daily. Beyond just saying it, ensure to do it. Okay, so moving on to the next letter, we have E. Express with specifics. Express with specifics. This is specificity. This one is about the words you choose when you speak. Now, I want to challenge something that a lot of us we are taught. We are taught that being big, sophisticated, speaking with all the ambiguous words, unclear words, they make you sound smart. When you speak big grammar, woo, wow, this guy is so smart. You think when you speak like that on stage, your audience will be like, wow, I want to be like him, or I want to be like her. No, you're not speaking to impress. That's one thing you must understand. As a speaker, you are not speaking to impress. You're speaking to impact. And how do you impact if you do not speak clearly? You can't impact. Do you understand? So do not try to impress. That's one problem I think some people have. You're trying to impress your audience, so they say, oh, you're so intelligent. It's about your audience. It's not about you. This is one thing you must understand. That it's not about you, it's about your audience. Take the focus away from yourself. It's about the people listening. It's about the audience. What they care about. What do they want to hear? What will impact them? What will move them? So, big, sophisticated, broad language doesn't make you sound intelligent. It doesn't make you sound credible. Vague language, they make you sound uncertain. It's like you're hiding behind those words. That's what it means. It's like, oh, you're hiding behind, oh, you're trying to, I've even seen cases where people use words they don't even understand. You're using it in a sentence that is not fit to be there. Just speak clearly. From the beginning of this live session, I've been speaking in clear language. You understand everything I've been saying, right? So that is one thing you must understand. Speak clearly. Now, moving on to specific language, specificity, and beyond speaking clearly, it's important that you speak in specific language. Now, I'm going to break that down. I'll explain that to you and prove to you how this makes you sound like an authority. Now, there are three sentences. First, specificity is about adding color to your words. It's about adding color to your words. That's what it means. Adding color to your words. Adding specific details to your word. Painting a mental picture in your audience minds that when they are listening to you, they are imagining it. Think about all the best speakers, the top speakers that you know. The likes of Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, Vusite Bakwayo, Fela Durotoye, and so many others. When they speak, don't you just feel like, wow, you feel immersed in what they're saying? It's like they just have you, like they've just taken you, all of you. One of the elements that you'll notice is that they speak in pictures. They speak in pictures, they paint pictures. Now, here are three different sentences, and there's different version for each of them. Version 1, look at this. Version 1, that's version A rather. A lot of our clients have seen great results. Version B, 47 of our clients achieved an average of 38% increase in revenue within 90 days of working with us. That's the same sentence, that's the same idea. That's both of them, version A and B, are the same. They mean the same thing. But you see that they are spoken and they are delivered differently. Version A, What does version A tell you? It's not, there's no specific detail. You can't imagine anything. A lot of our clients are seeing great results. What's great results? What's great results? Okay, you are thinking, what's great results? A lot of our clients, how many clients? But when you use version B, with version B, 47 of our clients, you're already picturing 47 people. I've achieved an average of 38% increase. You can already imagine 38% increase within 90 days. Do you see specific details? So when you speak in pictures. That's the same thing. They'll tell you in marketing too. Write in pictures, right? You need to paint a mental image, a picture in your reader's minds. That's the same thing in speaking. So you don't want to be vague when you speak. Look at the next sentence. Version A, it was a really difficult time for the business. Version B, we lost our 3 biggest clients in 6 weeks. I was down to my last 200 naira in the account. Do you see? Mental image. The next one, version A, the response was incredible. Version B, we sold out 300 seats in 11 hours. Do you see that? Speaking in pictures. Now, let's go back. For those of you that joined the beginning, when I told a short story, well, before we got started, I told you a story of how the first time I spoke in public and how bad it was, embarrassing. If you think about that story, while I was sharing the story, you could imagine me, right? Because I said I came out, it was in the year, I think 2013, 2012, 2013, thereabout. I was called upon to be one of the debaters. We had been preparing and practicing weeks. I was to debate on a particular motion and I was ready. I'd practiced. But immediately I stepped on stage and I was given the mic. I realized that every single thing I had practiced, everything I thought I believed that, oh, it was part of me, I can deliver this, was gone. Everything disappeared into thin air. Then what happened next? I started to shiver. My entire body was shaking out of fright. As if that was not enough. I tried speaking, but even my words as I was speaking, I couldn't hear myself, let alone the audience. I couldn't hear myself. As if that wasn't enough. The mic dropped from my hand and I wished the ground would open up and swallow me. Now that story I've just shared, you can imagine me in that state. You can just picture some things, right? You can picture the story while I'm telling it. You can probably see yourself in there, right? But imagine if I said like this: the first time I spoke in public was really bad. In fact, it was the worst day of my life. I just wish that would never come again. So that made me to really work on myself. And then from there, I just said, you know what? I'm going to become a better speaker. I've shared the same thing. It's still the same thing because that's the same message I passed. But you couldn't picture it because I didn't give it enough details. Do you see what specificity does? It makes you memorable. It makes you exciting. It makes your listener immersed in your message. It's like you've hypnotized them. They're looking at you like, just take us away. So yes, specificity is very important. So speak in pictures. The specific version, yes. You see that this version B is the best. That's the one that has specific details. In all the sentences, version B is the best. So why? Because specific version wins every single time. Specifics are visual. You see them, you can picture them. When you say a lot of people, we can't picture that. But when you say 47 clients, we can picture that. So specifics also show confidence. But vague language sounds like you're hedging and you're hiding behind, you're not confident. Maybe that story you're telling is not even your story. You just picked it up from somewhere. You don't sound like this is yours. It doesn't sound like, you don't sound confident. There's no credibility. So specific language also makes you sound like you've lived the experience. and you know exactly what you're talking about. And there's something I like to call the zoom in rule. So whenever you catch yourself using general words like many, a lot, some, great, zoom in. How do you zoom in? Zoom in, find the specific detail, right? Find the specific detail, zoom in, dig out that information to pick out the specifics and tell your story like that. So this specificity works when you're telling a story, when you're sharing a case study, when you're just passing an information, be as specific as possible. Specificity is one way to sound confident when you speak. Okay, so practical exercise. Is it that sentence you wrote down for S, that's speaking with structure, under PRP? You're going to do something now. Review what you wrote. There's a high chance you didn't add specific details. So review what you wrote and add specifics to them. Yes, and then say it out loud. Review what you wrote, add specifics to them. Yes. Review what you wrote under the prep, the example, that's the exercise you submitted, the submission under the prep. What you wrote under prep, review it and add specifics to those, like to the message. Yes. Do that right now while we move on to the next letter. And of course, you can put in the comment box after reviewing, after putting together what, after reviewing and, adding the specific details. So put it in the comments. I'd like to also see that. Yes, we are moving forward. It has been such an amazing time. If you're having fun, let me know in the comments that you're having fun. Say, I am having fun. I am having fun and I am learning. Put it in the comments, please. Put in the comments that I am learning. I am having fun. This is I'm having such a great time. So let me know in the comments that you're having such a great time and this is a good use of your time. All right. Let's keep it going. Okay. So while we wait for all right, see, oh my God, your name, I don't know I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm just going to say Atlasunsin. Okay. Atlasunsin, I'm learning. Yes, I love the emojis. Burn down this place, the fire, the dancing, everything. Yes. Keep it coming. Thank you, Olive. Yes. Okay. So moving on to the next letter, we have the A. Alpha Dion says, I'm learning, I'm having the best time of my life. I am excited. I'm so happy you are. Oliki Prestige says, I'm learning. Nice. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy to know that. All right, moving forward to the next letter, we have A. Articulate slowly. Articulate slowly. You see, when most people are nervous or when they're excited or when they feel pressure, they speed up and they race through their words. Think about the last time you probably tried to speak and maybe you were called impromptu, it was an impromptu speaking. And you're like, Olive, come and talk to us. Or maybe during team meeting at work, and like, Olive, okay, talk to us now. And because of stage fright, that anxiety, you're like, oh my God. Because of that feeling, you tend to speak too fast. You rush over your words. In your mind, you're like, let me quickly say all this and leave here. Let me quickly. That's what most people have in their mind. That's what they think. Let me quickly just talk and drop everything and just go. But that is not good. That doesn't show you, or that doesn't make you seem confident. You don't sound confident. You don't sound like you know what you're saying, even if you do. Speeding up, I know there are people that are naturally fast talkers, and I know quite a number of people who are fast talkers, which is not bad. You can manage it. Definitely manage it. So when you speak fast, what your audience hear is they hear that you're panicking. They feel what they feel when they listen to you is like, this person, you don't know what you're saying, no. That moment you lose them already because they can't process what you're saying. You know, the truth is, when you make a point and you move to the next point, after moving to the next point, your audience are still processing the last point you made while you move to the next point. They are still processing the last point. So imagine if your pace was now so fast. How you have gone to point four, they are still in point one. So you've lost them already. Do you understand? So give your message time and give it time to land. Give your message time to land. Speak, calculate your words. Be as calculative as possible. Listen to great speakers. Listen to them. They don't rush over their words. They speak with intention. That is how you make a good impression. Speaking that way makes you seem like you know what you're saying. You're credible. Your audience automatically think that this person is an authority in this field. She knows what she's saying. Sometimes we tend to believe that speaking slowly makes us seem like we don't know what we are saying. Maybe we are still thinking or we are still no. On the contrary, no. So the speakers who command the room, the ones who make you lean in, who make you feel, who make every word feel intentional, they are almost always speaking slower than feels natural to them. I'm going to give you 3 tools for speaking slowly. And when I mean slowly, I don't mean so no, please. That's not what I mean. All right. So let's get into it. Tool one, we have the strategic pauses. Strategic pause. I love this so much because it's a beautiful thing to pause. Before, I used to think when you pause, it signals, I don't know what to say next. So I'm still thinking, or I don't know. But that's not what it means. And that's what a lot of people believe. That pausing makes them seem like they don't know what to say. But that's a lie. That's a big fat lie. Instead of, when you're trying to speak and you're using lots of filler words like so really, the reason why you use filler words is you're thinking of the next thing to say. Maybe you're saying something now and use a filler word because you're thinking of the next thing to say, so you just use something easy. So I believe that people should you're thinking of the next thing to say, that's why you're using filler words. So instead of using filler words, just take a pause. Silence, you shouldn't be scared of silence. When you take a pause, your audience lean in. There's a particular event I attended in 2023. Vusi Tebakwayo was a speaker. I think is it the platform? Yes. And the moment Vusi Tebakwayo was called upon to speak, he walked up on stage. At that moment, the audience and everyone, we were it was a bit rowdy, right? Because we are just the last speaker had just left and people were still having a bit of side talks. And then he walked up on stage. I was watching because oh my god, I don't want to miss a moment. So I was watching, looking at him. He walked up on stage. Guess what he did? He just stood there. He paused. He didn't say anything for the next trust me, for the next 3 minutes, he didn't utter a word. And you won't believe what happened. Every single one of us stopped. In fact, it wasn't even up to 3 minutes. The room went quiet. Like you could hear the drop of a pin. Why? We knew he was there. He could have started talking, I'm happy to be here. Maybe some speakers, we think that when you start speaking immediately, you grab their attention, and if they're having side talks, they will now immediately look at you. Okay, somebody's here already. No, on the contrary, the pause was what made us, because we knew a speaker had been called up, like a speaker was on stage already. He wasn't saying anything. Immediately, our attention was like, that's how it is with humans. When you stop, it's like, what's coming next? What's coming next? That's it. So I want you to just have that at the back of your mind. Pauses Very, very essential in speaking. So take pauses, allow your audience absorb your words. What you just said. Silence is not awkward, it is powerful. Now, if you notice, if you're very attentive, you would see and you would have noticed that I use pauses. That's what I did there. So I allow my words to sink in. Do you understand? So pause is very important. Instead of filler words, replace filler words with pauses. Two, we have the breath reset. Yes. Breathe in and out. Please breathe, breathe, breathe. A lot of some people go on stage because of the anxiety, they're speaking from their throats. It's like, so I want to, no, calm down. Just Yakubu, manage. You will feel like you want to die, but you will not die. You will not die. Breathe. My version is Yakubu, breathe. You will feel like you want to die, but you will not die. Breathe. So breathe. Don't be scared to take breaths. Don't be scared. Breathe in and out. Let your words come from your diaphragm, not from your throat. Don't speak from your throat, okay? Don't speak from, no. Don't speak like you're trying to, no. Your audience, what you don't know is how you sound when you are speaking, when you are so anxious. Your audience can hear it. They can hear it. So don't think, oh, I'm just going to manage and just wing it like that still. No, they can hear it. So the next thing, so ensure that you breathe in through your nose, breathe out when you speak, breathe while speaking. Don't hold your breath and be speaking. No, breathe while speaking. And two, three, the power sentence. Every talk has one sentence that matters more than the other. That's the points, what we talked about in prep, the points, the one big idea, the one big message. What is the power sentence? A one line that you want the audience to remember when you walk away. Identify that sentence before you speak. And when you get to it, deliver it at 20% slower than everything else. Let it land. Now you are trying to, you're sharing a story, for instance, and there's a message you want people to take from it from there. After sharing the story, maybe while sharing the story, you speak at a faster rate. And then when you now get to the message, so in essence, what I want you to take from this is important that you speak slower than you would naturally speak. Now, in the message, now this is like a message I just passed. Like this is a point. Like I just made a power sentence. After telling my story in a faster rate, then I now say my power sentence like this in a slower rate. It makes it memorable. It makes it memorable. So this is how you keep the attention of, this is how you immerse your audience. Your audience are immersed in your message. When you are delivering your power sentence, your one big idea, deliver it more slowly than the entire message and use pauses and all that. Another thing I'm going to talk about, but I'll allow you be the one to tell me. I'll allow you be the one to tell me okay, now I'm going to give you an example. I want to show you how this sounds in practice. I have the same message, fast and slow. I'm going to deliver them differently. The first one is, the most important thing about communication is that what you say matters less than how you say it. And if you can slow down and really let your words land, your audience will trust you and stay with you way longer than if you're rushing. I've just said something, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you did not get it. Like, while you're still processing the last point, I'm jumping into the next. That was really fast and it didn't make an impact. You didn't feel anything. You didn't feel the message. Now I'm going to deliver the same thing in a slower rate. I want you to listen attentively. I'm going to ask you a question. Listen attentively. The most important thing about communication is that what you say matters less than how you say it. When you slow down and let your words land, your audience doesn't just hear you, but they feel you. and trust you. See that? I delivered the same message a different way, more slowly. Now I want you to put in the comments, what did you notice from how I delivered this? What are some key elements I used while delivering the slow one that made an impact? What are some key elements you notice? Put it in the comments. There is something I am looking forward to seeing. I know we know the obvious one, which I've talked about. Please let me know in the comments. But there's something I have not talked about that I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say deliver the slow rate again. Say this message in a slow pace again. So I want to see in the comments, what did you notice? What was the difference in the slow version that the fast version did not have? Let me know in the comments. Put it in the comments. I'm going to deliver it again. The most important thing about communication is that what you say matters less than how you say it. When you slow down and let your words land, your audience doesn't just hear you, they feel you and they trust you. Let me know in the comments, what did you notice? What are some key elements I used in delivering this slow version? Yes, in the slow version. What did you notice? Say, okay, what did I use? What did you notice? Just let me know, please. Put it in the comments. I would like to read from you. Put in the comments, what did you notice? Let me know in the comments. Very quickly. Let's do that very quickly. While we move on. Let's do that very quickly. Okay, let's do that very quickly. I'm waiting. Oh God. Like I am blown. This comment I'm seeing, that's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Israel. Please clap for Israel. I love this. Israel Matthew says emphasis on communication, the word how, learn, feel you, and trust you. Then the variety of the tone. Thank you. Vocal variety, yes. Vocal variety. You can say yes. Ablasunsi. Ablasunsi, this is your name, eh? He said when you say the how, someone pays attention to like what action. So I want to look into the how. Thank you. Emphasis. That's what both of them are saying now. Emphasis. I know the obvious one is pauses. I used pauses, right? Another thing is emphasis. If you think back, I emphasize some words, I stretch them. Why? Because I want them to sink. So emphasis. Emphasis is another beautiful way to. So it's another beautiful thing. Another beautiful means to vary your voice. Use of vocal variety. Emphasis is one of such. So emphasis. I love that. I didn't talk about this, but I'm so happy that you got that. Emphasis, right? Emphasis. Let's keep it coming. Emphasis on the important words. Everybody's saying it now. How you feel? Feel you, trust you. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Great, 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 great. That's beautiful. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. So everybody's saying emphasis. I need something else. I need something else. Emphasis. I need something else. I want to hear something else. Philip, thank you. Emphasis on the important words. How, feel, you, yes. Important words. So when you speak, emphasize. Lay emphasis on key words, key parts of your message. There are times when, see, the truth is, there are times when you can rush over something. Another amazing speaker I love so much is Joyce Daniels. I was at an event where she was speaking. I was actually the host and she was a speaker. Oh my God. I didn't listen to any other speaker session the way I listened to hers. I was glued. And one thing I learned from her is how she plays her voice like an instrument. Your voice is an instrument. That's something I always say. Your voice is an instrument. She's such a master at playing her voice as an instrument. There are times when she slows down, lays emphasis. There are times when she rushes over. Yes, there's times when she rushes at something. She says something quickly. Every every one of them have their importance. There's a reason why you rush over for a reason. You slow down for a reason. You emphasize for a reason. You reduce. There are times when I'm still talking about Joyce Daniel. It's times when she lowers the volume of her voice. So what am I saying? Imagine you're listening to a speaker and the speaker is talking in a loud tone, and then the speaker reduces. It's a way to even if you were busy on your phone, like, what's going on? What happened? Why is Do you see that? So knowing how to play your voice as an instrument is very important. Yeah, Philip says the stress, excuse me, the stress and intonation. Yes, there's a lot. That's like me going deeper into vocal variety. Vocal variety is one of my favorite part of speaking. Knowing how to vary your voice. That's what it means. Vary your voice. You don't speak in monotone. You don't speak in one straight line. No. It's like, do you understand? That's how rhythm. Yes, rhythm is another one. Add rhythm, melody. There's a video I was watching some time ago, I think a few days back. When you're speaking, speak like you're speaking to a beat, just like when you're singing to a beat, like a 83 beats per, is it per second or per minute? It's like, so, like you're speaking to a beat. Maybe just create an imaginary beat, or just think of a beat in your head and just speaking to a beat. That's how you create rhythm. So this is this is my one of my best things to talk about. But let's move on. Let's move on. I see the comments. Please keep the comments coming. I like this Philip Ifeoluwa. The stress and intonation placed on the words differ, and it differentiates the normal words with the from the major words. Exactly. The fact is, not your entire message is not, all your points don't have the same importance. If you say to yourself, oh, everything I'm saying, they're all important, everything, there's no one that is least important, then you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. They are the ones that are more important than the others. So how do you emphasize those ones? How do you make sure that your audience gets those ones that are more important? Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. All right. So the next one is um give me if you haven't dropped a comment since the beginning of this session, then you are not doing the right thing. No, you are not. So please, you can still bring your comments coming. Okay. What else did you notice? Trust me, there's so many more things, right, to notice from what I said. Trust me. So I'm going to. Okay, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. So far, all right, let's do this quickly. So far, how many letters have I given you? So far, how many letters? I've given you how many? Can you list them? List them starting from S. Starting from S. What is S? What is P? What is E? Can you put them in the comments? How many have I given you so far? And starting from S, what is S? Let me know in the comments to show that you are actually following. List out the ones I've given you so far. Let me know in the comments that you're gaining value so far, because this is such a great time. I'm having such a great time, and I know that you're having a great time. So let me know in the comments, what have you gotten so far? Starting from S, what is S? Let's see S in the comment. What's X? Let me see that. Let me see that. I'm waiting for your comments. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. What is S? What is P? Who is going to be the first person to drop a comment? Yes, Israel Matthew. S, speak with structure. Thank you. What's the next one? What's the next one? S, speak with structure. All right. What do we have next? Who is going next? Yes, speak with structure. Thank you, Philip. Speak with structure. S is speak with structure. So what is P? What is P? What is P? What is P? Let's go. Let's go. What is P? Let's go. Thank you. Practice out loud. Practice out loud. And the next letter, what is E? What is E? I think I'm going to have a gift for my best engaged listener, or like I'm definitely going to have a gift for the best, for the most the person that's dropped the most comments. I'm going to have a gift for that person. I think it's between Philip and Israel. The two of them. Thank you. Express with specifics. Thank you, Philip. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Israel. Express with what's going on? Philip and Israel is taking over this live session. Where are the rest of you? Where are my ladies? Where is Olive? Yeah, I see Olive now. Express with specifics. Yes, at the soon seen. Your name cracks me up. I know it's not your name. It's probably just one name that you put there, but I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Express with specifics. Yes. Who else is going? Okay, and what is A? What is A before we move on to the last one? Yes, articulate slowly. Articulate slowly. Articulate slowly. Articulate slowly. Yes. Okay. So, drum roll. Now the final letter. The final letter. The final letter. This is something that you've probably not heard before. It is K, the letter K. Know your phrases. Know your phrases. So I don't know what happened to my slides, but my know your phrases slide is out. But we're going to still continue regardless. Don't worry. That's definitely not stopping us. The know your phrases, PHRASES. I'm going to explain what this means. Know your phrases as a speaker. Know your phrases. Thank you, Philip, for putting that in the comments. Know your phrases. This is K. Now I'm going to explain this. Now, I know that if you remember at the beginning, I asked a question. If you've ever been on a stage and you lost, remember what happened to me when I was in school and I was trying to debate and then lost everything I was going to say. I asked a question. Has this ever happened to you before? You've prepared, but it just happens that everything that's why one thing I must say is, let me just say this, it's not good to cram. Don't cram. because it always happens when you cram. So internalize your message, don't cram. That being said, moving on. It just happens that you just forgot everything. Your mind just went blank. Not like you don't know what you have to say. You don't, not that you don't have value to deliver or to offer, but everything just disappeared. If this has ever happened to you, I'm going to show you how to ensure this doesn't happen again, that you're able to escape from a situation like this, even if it happens, using phrases. Yes, using phrases. Now, this is something that great speakers use. They understand. A lot of people don't know this. But phrases, a phrase bank, I'm going to explain what a phrase bank is a collection of go-to sentences for key moments in any talk. These are phrases you have rehearsed so many times that they come out automatically, smooth, confident, and controlled, even under pressure. It's like the word bank. You know, if you're a speaker, there's something you keep, word bank. It's like you, when you see any new word or very exciting word, you pick it up and put together and write the meaning. I don't know if you do that, but that's something you should also do. Word bank, just like word bank. This one is phrase bank. You have different phrases you just put together and you go over them. Even when you practice with them. Yes, this helps a great deal. It helps a great deal. Now, there are 4 categories of phrases that every speaker needs. Now, this is what we're going to be talking about, the 4 categories of phrases. The first one is the opening phrase. When you're opening your talk, the beginning of your speak, that's the beginning of your speech, the point, well, if you're using the PRP, the point you're making, the first thing you say. How you open your speech, how you begin your speech sets the tone. And you need a line that immediately commands attention. Some of these phrases I've put here examples. Let me ask you something that most people in your position never think about. Or when you even say something like, let me ask you a question. Have you ever, maybe you want to start with a question. Start your speech with a question. Or the next one I have here is, there is one mistake I see almost every speaker make, and it is costing them more than they realize. Maybe you want to talk about mistakes. You say there's one very big mistake, or there's one small mistake. Excuse me. So there's one small mistake that a lot of speakers make, and it is costing them more than they realize. Or the next thing we have here is, what I'm about to share with you took me 10 years and a lot of painful lessons to figure out. But in the next 60 minutes, I'm going to review everything. These are opening phrases. They get people to want to hear the next thing you have to say. It's like getting your audience prepping them for what you intend to say. Maybe you're still thinking about to structure your word. Just starting with that gives you a good head start. It gives you a good head start. So you can have as many phrases. There's a lot you can have. Do your research. Use AI. Use ChatGPT. I'm working on phrases for opening phrases for different speech. I would like for different setting. Just do your prompt, and it will give you a lot. You can refine them. Do you understand? Use ChatGPT. Use Claude. Refine them and put them in a document. That is your phrase bank. Anytime you want to start a speech, or so what we call hooks. Yes, you can also call them hooks. You understand? So phrase, opening phrases. And now the next one we have transition phrases. We have transition phrases when you're moving from one point to the next. So one mistake a lot of speakers make is when moving from one point, oh, you've delivered the first point so brilliantly and so excellently. Now moving to the next point, you lose your audience. There's a disconnect. You don't know how to carry them along. In marketing, because I like to reference marketing a lot because I started out as a marketer, as a copywriter, and I mentioned that I write. So even in writing, this rule is important. Transition, knowing how to transition from one point to the next. So moving from one point to the next without losing your audience. Example, now that you understand opening phrases. Now I'm going to share with you why transition phrases matter. I feel like that's a lame example, but you get the point, right? Now that you understand X, here's why Y matters even more. Do you see that? You've just transitioned from X to Y. Another one here is keep that in mind as we move to the next point because it will connect. It will all connect. It all connects. Or you can say something like, now the next thing I'm about to say is a connecting factor to this. That's another thing. Or moving forward is the most common. Moving forward, let's talk about XYZ. So many, you can have as many as possible, put it together, or transitions when I'm transitioning while speaking. And then the next one is, this is where it gets really interesting. You talk about something now. Now, I'm going to show you how this gets really interesting. Pay attention to this. I've just transitioned to the next thing. Do you see that? The next category is closing phrases. Closing phrases. How you end determines what people remember. Do you know that the the closing of your speech is usually the last thing people remember? It's usually what they remember the most. So your closing has to hit. You cannot give all the attention to opening and middle of your message and your closing is just meh. No, it has to hit. Your last words are your loudest. I have some examples here. Here's what I want you to take away from everything we've covered today. Now, here's what I want you to take away from all this. Now, taking it back to PREP, you see that this is the point where you mention your points again. In conclusion, do you understand that? You see how everything is connecting. So, yes, now it's just like a summary of everything. In essence, what I'm trying to say is, see that. Another example here is the question is not whether you can do this. The question is, will you? I'm asking you that question too. The question is not whether you can speak excellently. The question is not whether you can practice. The question is not whether you will learn to be a better speaker. The question now is, will you? Yes, ask yourself that. Will you? I'm asking you. So the next option, the next example I have here, everything I've just taught you changes the moment you decide to apply it, and that moment starts now. I can end this speech on that note. Do you see that? So also do the same for closing phrases. These this helps you have the best experience as a speaker using your phrase bank. And then the final category, recovery phrases. The final category is recovery phrases. Now, this is something that usually, when you're speaking, there are things that happen, unexpected things that happen that you didn't plan for. The unexpected things that happen that you didn't plan for is like, oh, I've planned my speech and then I'm ready to deliver. And while you're speaking, now this happened to us here. The first time we went live, the live session ended and we had to come back again. Imagine you're on a stage now, you're speaking, and the mic goes off, or something just happens that breaks the flow. How do you come back? A lot of people miss it here. They lost the flow and they're like, oh my God, how do I return back? They don't know. Once the flow goes, it's like you lost your audience. That shouldn't be the case. So when you lose your place, or even if you make a mistake, there's something I always say. When you make a mistake, mistakes are inevitable. Like, you will make mistakes. It's normal. Like, we're humans. So don't expect you just deliver such flawless speech. What makes you an excellent speaker is how you come back from the mistake, how you recover, how you just move on. So also when you make mistakes, so recovery phrases also help you, do you understand? Recover from that and just move forward. I'm going to give examples. One is, let me come back to that. The more important point is this. Let's say you're delivering something, you're saying something, and you say, maybe you make a point that you're not supposed to make. You make a point that you're not supposed to make. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So you make a point that you're not supposed to make, and you're like, before we get to that, let me make this important point. You have just what happened at that moment was you said something, you forgot something you were supposed to say. You know, remember, oh, I was supposed to say this before. Then while speaking, you say, okay, before I even move forward, there's something I need us to understand before I move forward. See how you've expertly and masterfully just taking your audience back to what you intend to say. Do you see that? All right, so that is one way to do that. Another example I have here is, actually, let me say that differently because it deserves more than I just gave it. You said something in a way that you didn't want to say it, or you feel like, oh, that didn't land well. Let me say it. You know what? I'm going to say that again in a way that makes more sense. I'm giving you examples off the top of my head to add to what I have here. Do you understand that? Now, another one is, this is a perfect example of what happens when you don't follow the system. Let's keep going. Okay, another example I'm going to give is, okay, for instance, while you're speaking and then there's a break in flow, right? You just something just happened, or maybe it could be internet or whatever. That's if you're speaking in front of a camera, or whatever the case may be, and you want to bring back the flow. An example you can use is, so back to what I was saying, as easy as that. So back to what I was saying, I previously mentioned that XYZ is, do you see that? Then you go on like that. You've already taken your audience back to the point, like where we were before, where they were before. Do you understand that? So these are easy. So you can always go on Claude, ChatGPT, create a phrase bank for yourself. Create a phrase bank. I'm going to try to get some more examples to further buttress this category 4. Just give me a second. So another example I have here is, okay, now I just thought of one. For instance, there's a break in transmission, there's a break in flow, whatever happened on stage or in front of the camera. You tell your audience, now let's take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. And we're going to continue from where we stopped. And you go on like that. Taking the deep breath is an exercise. And it's also helping you balance yourself and think about, try to structure your words together and continue in that acceleration, or in that pace. You understand? So these are phrases, examples of phrases that you can use to recover. You can always get more. Go on ChatGPT, as easy as possible. It's as simple as ABC. Get as many recovery phrases you can always reuse and put in a document. Anytime you're practicing, practice with them. Have them. When you find yourself in such a situation, it comes out easy. It's easy. Just, do you understand? So build your phrase bank, write it down, practice these phrases until they are automatic. Because when the pressure hits, it will. You want to have something solid you can fall back on. And there's also something called icebreakers, but I'm not going to go into that. That's also another thing you can introduce into your speaking, right? Especially as hosts, event compares and all that, we use that a lot. Even speakers too should also use that, icebreakers. That's a story, that's a topic for another day. So practical exercise I'm going to give you, like I mentioned, create your personal phrase bank for different categories. Create a personal phrase bank for different categories and practice with them. I want you to go and do that. You've initially said, I'm going to practice daily. Now, create this another assignment I'm giving you. Create your personal phrase bank. So put it in the comments. I will create my personal phrase bank. Put it in the comments. I will create my personal phrase bank. I want you to start noting down all the things you say you will do. Don't leave here and go and forget. So put in the comments, I will create my personal phrase bank. Put it in the comments. I will create my personal phrase bank. I'm waiting for your comments. I will create my personal phrase bank. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I will create my personal phrase bank. I will create my personal phrase bank. Yes, thank you, Atlas Sunsin. I will create my personal phrase bank. Exactly, beautiful. That is something. See, you won't hear this everywhere. You won't see this everywhere, but it's a hack. It helps. Very effective. So ensure to create your personal phrase bank. And when you practice with it. Practice with it. So let's bring it all together. Yes, we've talked about the SPEAK. Amazing. Wow. So let's bring it all together. S, speak with structure. Use the PREP framework. The point, reason, example, point again. Lead with your conclusion. Give one reason. Back it with an example and give your point again. Then the P, practice out loud. Stop rehearsing in your head. Record yourself. Stand, act like you are already on stage and speak like you are on stage, right? Next one, and this helps you use the 3 read rule. Remember the 3 read rule? You remember the 3 read rule? Do you remember the 3 read rule? We have practice out loud. We have standing, practice standing. We have record yourself, practice standing up. The 3 read rule, yes, the 3 read rule is reading 3 times. Exactly. I was mixing it up with the 3 rules of out loud practice. So the 3 read rule is read your content and practice it 3 times. That's the 3 read rule. And this helps, all of these helps you build muscle memory, vocal muscle memory. E, we have express with specifics. Use the zoom in on details, zoom in. If you're saying many people, zoom in. What? How many people? Be as specific as possible and be as clear. Clarity is key. Don't try to sound smart. Sound clear. Specificity builds credibility. And the A, we have articulate slowly. Take your time while speaking. Use strategic pauses. Use breath resets. Breathe in, breathe out. Find your power sentence. Posture too. Melody, rhythm. All of these things. Emphasis. Use them. Your voice is an instrument. Play it. Silence is not a weakness. It is not. It is powerful. And then K, know your phrases. Yes. Know your phrases. Build your phrase bank. Opening phrases, transition phrases, closing phrases, recovery phrases. Build your phrase bank. Now, this is the speak method. Woo! Such an amazing time we've had. Please, we have just we've talked about the entire SPEAK method. This is the speak method of speaking excellently on stage and on camera. So I want you to know that you have more than what most speakers have. These, they are fire. They will help you a great deal if you apply them. All of these tools I've given you, SPEAK. With this, you have a system, you have a framework that you can apply as many times as possible in different settings, in different situations when you speak. So the next time you open your mouth to speak on stage, on camera, in any way, you own the room. You own the stage, you own the camera, you own your voice. And you speak like you mean it. You speak with confidence. You speak like you know what you have, what you carry. Now, I want to be honest with you. This is not all there is, but this is a very good foundation. A very, very good foundation. Yes, I'm going to be taking questions. You can drop your questions in the comments. SPEAK framework. What is your biggest takeaway so far? Which one is your favorite? Yes, you have to have a favorite. Which is your favorite? I mentioned that you should stay till the end of this webinar because I have something for you. All right, so I'm just going to move on to what I have for you. So, but let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. If you have a favorite, if you don't, it's fine. Everything can be your favorite. But let me know in the comments if you have anyone that stood out for you, and what's your biggest takeaway so far. What's your biggest takeaway so far? And I'm going to get to questions shortly. Now, everything I've taught you today works. Like I said, everything works. But here's the truth. You've just had a taste today. And what happens after a webinar for most people is you just feel inspired. From now till tomorrow, you feel, oh, I'm so inspired, I'm motivated. I'm going to become the world best speaker. I'm going to conquer everything. I'm going to do amazing stuff. That's what you feel right now. But that's not all there is. That's not all there is, right? So being able to own the stage and camera is not something you understand once. It's something that comes, you build it with repetition, feedback by feedback, session by session, until you can walk into a room and without batting an eye, you confidently own the space. You confidently deliver your message and it lands. And you seem confident and people are sold listening to you. You own the moment. This is the reason why I created something phenomenal. It's called Speak iLab. Speak iLab. I created Speak iLab because I know that it is not easy putting all these things together. We say practice. Oh, practicing without accountability can be a big problem. Practicing without accountability can be a big problem. And sometimes practicing without knowledge of what to practice can also be a problem. So what is Speak iLab? Speak iLab is a 21-day challenge to help you learn how to speak intelligently and confidently on stage, on camera. And it doesn't stop there. You also learn how to maximize AI tools. Yes, we are in the world of AI. Maximizing AI tools as a speaker for an unfair advantage. Trust me. Using AI to practice, to prepare your speech, to prepare us to write your script, to deliver is chef's kiss. It is a tool that works effectively. It's amazing what you can achieve with the use of AI. Now, when I say I don't mean, oh, you're leaving it for AI. Of course, AI is not going to deliver your speech, but AI, knowing how to use AI and what tools to use, that will help you deliver even more excellently. It gives you an edge. When instead of taking hours, or maybe it's taking you 5 hours to prepare a speech because you have to do research, you have to do this, you have to go and dig. The presence of AI makes it easy. The sad thing is a lot of people are not maximizing it well enough. So as public speakers, this is a tool that is very helpful. Absolutely helpful. So that is why you're not just learning. Of course, you have to learn. You're learning how to speak excellently in any setting, on stage, on camera. You're also going to be practicing, because I've talked a lot about practicing, which is very important. And measured, a kind of practice that is structured. That's two. And you're also learning how to use AI. This is absolutely Amazing. So what are you getting? 21 lessons. So for 21 to 21 day challenge, for every day in 21 days, you are learning how, every day in 21 days, you are learning how to speak excellently. You're learning different things from vocal variety to building presence to, when I mentioned vocal variety, I told you about it, that's a topic on its own, to every single thing, to starting a speech, closing a speech, every single skill, at least 21 of them that you need to become an excellent speaker. So we'll be touching on 21 aspects and elements of excellent speaking. And you'll also be learning how to build a profitable. You see, it's one thing to be an excellent speaker, it's another thing to be able to build a business, a profitable business out of it, to build a brand out of speaking. That's another thing. So you also learn how to build a profitable brand as a speaker. And there is a tool I'm building with the aid of AI. It's, oh my God, I can't wait to show you this tool. Now, this tool on its own is going to be selling for, it's worth over 100,000 naira. This tool on its own, it's worth over 100,000 naira. Now, this tool makes speaking much more easy. And it works for people, of course, who have learned and who are learning public speaking. It's not that, oh, yeah, you don't know anything about public speaking, you want to go and use it. No. It helps you cut down your research time. It's like, it helps you prepare. You have an impromptu, okay, they tell you, oh, Olive, you have to speak in the next 15 minutes on this. And I'm like, oh, where do I start? How do I start researching? How do I? This helps you. It does the hard work for you. It's all you have to do is answer questions, and it does the research and does everything. Help you structure everything. You take it, you refine it, you deliver it. It gives you delivery tips. It helps you through the process. And this is, of course, when you know you already have substance. All right, so this is a tool that every member and every student of Speaker Lab will be getting access to for free. Live sessions, we also have live sessions with expert speakers who have spoken on global stages. We'll also be having daily challenges. This is one of my favorite. Let me not say it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite. Every lesson comes with a daily challenge. Every lesson comes with a daily task. And you will do it. It helps you with practicing. And it's not just any daily tasks, exciting daily tasks, different daily tasks that you've never thought about, ways to practice that you've never thought about, which you're going to be doing. It's going to be fun, and it will also help you move from where you are right now to where you want to be. And also, students, as graduates at the end of the 21 days, will be getting certifications as well as other materials, speaker toolkits and resources. And of course, you'll be getting access to an exclusive community of excellent speakers. You'll be getting access to an exclusive community of excellent speakers. I talked about how community is important. It's not just about learning. You also need to have a community of other speakers as well. This helps you grow fast. Or that, imagine being in a community of other excellent people, both the ones that are above you and the ones that are on your same level. Amazing. An easy way to stand on the shoulders of giants. Okay, currently, now this gift, what I'm offering you, if you're still watching till this very end, the gift I am about to give you is I'm giving access to Speaker Lab I'm taking 10,000 naira off the fee. The current price and the registration price to register for Speaker Lab Cohort 1 is currently 49,899. But because you are here and you're watching this, for the next 72 hours, I'm not going to put this on my page. This is for those watching this right now and will watch this later. If you come back, maybe you'll come back within the 72 hours to watch this. For the next 72 hours, that's 3 days, I'm giving you access for 10,000 naira off. So instead of 49,899, you pay 39,899 naira only to get in. And be a part of this. So if you're watching this, this offer is only open for the next 72 hours. Now I'm going to take this a little further. In fact, a bigger further. For the next 24 hours, everyone who registered in the next 24 hours, that's from now until 10 p.m. tomorrow. From now until 10 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to be giving you an exclusive bonus. This is just for people who register from now to 10 p.m. tomorrow. A one-on-one session for 1 hour. So for 1 hour, I'm going to sit. I'm going to have a call with you. We will talk about where you are as a speaker, what's your peculiar challenge, and how I can help you. Remember, this is personalized. I'm going to listen to you to know what exactly you need to work on. How can you move? This is just between me and you. So a call, 1 hour at least, I would have a conversation with you. So this is only for people who register in the next 24 hours. From now till 10 p.m. tomorrow, you'll get to pay just 39,899 naira to be a part of Speaker Lab. There are also other bonuses I've not mentioned that are also you get access to when you register. For the next 21 days, you'll be a part. Classes start May 3rd. Classes start May 3rd. So if you're watching this right now and you are ready to register, please I'm going to be sending the link shortly. I'm going to be sending the link so that you can register immediately. So like I said, if you register in the next 72 hours, you get to register at 10,000 naira off the regular price registration fee. So instead of 49,899, you pay 39,899. If you register in the next 24 hours, I put this at 24 hours because I don't want too many persons. In fact, this one-on-one session, usually I don't charge anything less than 100,000 naira to have a one-on-one. 100,000. Okay, that's maybe for an hour, but I'm giving this to you for free. So if you're watching this right now and you're ready to register, I'm going to send the link now. Okay, so all right. So while we're on that, the link is going to be shared in the group. The registration link is going to be shared in the group. So please, you can use that to register ASAP. I am sending a unique link. So because I said I'm not putting this out in public. If you're watching this right now and you're going to watch this later, so just go to the group. The link is going to be in the group. Register immediately within the 72 hours so you get access to that for that price. All right. And if you want to have the one-on-one session, this is still, it's like I'm giving you a one-on-one session for free. Also register in the next 24 hours. I'm taking note of everyone registering in the next 24 hours, and I'll be having a one-on-one session. I'll reach out to you privately to have a one-on-one session with you. All right. Okay. So have we had such an amazing time? Now it's time to take questions. It's time to take questions. I see your questions. All right. So please, if you have questions, drop in the comments. Drop in the comments if you have questions. So I'm sending the link right now, or you can reach out to me. Reach out to me ASAP. I'm sending the link to the group. If you're on the group, the link is on the group right now. And if you're watching this, you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, because listen, even if you don't register for this, what I've shared with you today, if you run with it, it is going to help you a great deal. At least the foundation is going to help you a good start, right? And I also share a lot of amazing and very practical and insightful tips on my pages. On Instagram, you can find me on Instagram at The Precious Greg, ThePrecious Greg, The Precious Greg. And you can also find me on LinkedIn, Precious Greg, on Facebook as well, on YouTube. Ensure to subscribe to my channel because I have a lot in store. I have a lot coming. I have a lot in store. So you don't want to miss out on this. All right. So if you also want to register for the Speak I Lab, just go to the group chat. The link is in the group chat. Click on the group chat. Click on the link in the group chat to register ASAP. I'll be sending it. But if not, you can send me a message. Send me a message. And okay. All right, the link has been sent to the group chat, so ensure to go and check it out. Go and check it out. Okay, so I'm going to be taking questions right now. Time for questions. Time for questions. Please keep your questions coming. All right, keep your questions coming. Whatever question you ask, I'll be answering them right away. So if you're still watching, please ensure to subscribe to this channel. Like I said earlier, there's a lot in store. I think I plan on doing this maybe monthly, but I'll think about it. But trust me, even the videos on this page, if you go on this channel, if you go and watch them on my page, just go. I share a lot of very insightful videos. If you just go and watch those and apply those, it will help you. And all that I've shared today, if you go and apply them, it will help you a lot, a great deal. All right. Thank you. So now time to take questions. I'm taking questions right now. Okay. All right. See one question here. I want to be sure that it's the first one. Um, what about someone that has okay? Atlas Sunsin says, what about someone that has an accent or intonation? Accents? We all have accents. You have an accent. I have an accent. Okay, there's something I always tell people. A lot of people think articulacy or fluency, they believe it about having an accent. But when I mean accent, I mean foreign accent. But that is wrong. You don't need to have a foreign accent to sound articulate or to sound good as a speaker. You don't need to have a foreign accent. I don't have a foreign accent, but I speak in a way that you understand, right? You understand what I'm saying. So you don't need to have a foreign accent. Think about most of the African, okay, if maybe you're confused because of whites or the Westerners, come down to Africans. Some of the top speakers, many of them don't have foreign accents. But one example I love to use is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She has been my model for as long as I can remember. I mentioned I love to write. So I used to write novels. I read novels. So she's someone I love so much. Listen to her talk. Go watch her videos. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, yes. The author. The latest book, Dream Count. Go and watch her videos on TED, on TED videos on YouTube. Go watch them. Does she have a foreign accent? She's lived outside almost all her life, or better part of her life. She's been there. She's been in, is it the US or so? But she doesn't have an accent. She speaks, she's rooted, she understands her. She speaks in the normal accent that she has. But you know that she's articulate. You know she's an excellent speaker. Do you understand? You don't have to say, oh, you don't attribute foreign accent to articulacy or fluency. No. Do you understand? They're different. They're not the same. So foreign accent doesn't equate articulacy. If you have a foreign accent, good, good for you. But it doesn't mean that you're an articulate speaker. There are people who even have foreign accent who are not quite articulate. When you articulate, you speak in clear, we understand you, we get you. You are able to pass your message masterfully. Do you understand that? So accent is not a problem. You don't have to have an accent. You don't have to try to. But the only thing is ensure you speak clearly. That's what I would tell you. Speak clearly. Okay. And you said intonation. Intonation is an element of speaking. Intonation is not something that's a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. Using tones and all that. So the next question is, I've tried many times to try speaking slowly, gradually, but still I find myself speaking fast again at the long run, occasionally, unconsciously. Okay. Okay. I'm going to I totally understand this, Philip. And I know that a lot of people find themselves in this situation where maybe you're a natural fast speaker, maybe or maybe not, and you've tried to slow down your pace and just slow down and all that, but it's difficult. I talked about the breathing exercise, breathe reset, pauses. Try those two things. When you catch yourself, start, and practicing will also help you take note of these things. It helps you also structure yourself. So try to practice 3 times. Yes, I'll give you this. Practice 3 times. I talked about the three read rule. Practice 3 times. The first time, practice normal. Just speak normal like you usually will speak. And then record yourself while doing that. Speak just normal. And after recording, watch it and start to note the places where you need to slow down. I'm like, oh, I need to slow down at this point. I need to take a pause at this point. I need to emphasize in this point. Start to take note of it. Write it down and re-record while taking those into cognizance, right? Re-record it while taking the pauses where you need to take the pause. Next one? Emphasizing and doing every other thing. Re-record again. Maybe if you're recording the second time, you can do it while looking at your paper or your book and and then the third time try to internalize it and do it without looking at anything, like it's a part of you. Oh, okay, I paused here, I'm now going to pause here, I'm going to, you understand? Practice. Practicing makes perfection. I like to say perfection, but it's actually improvement. Practice makes improvement. So what I would tell you, Philip, is practice as much as possible. Practice using pauses, practice controlling yourself, practice emphasis, practice vocal variety, practice all of these things. They help you. Listen to speakers, top speakers, listen to them speak, and that will help you know, of course, what to practice as well. Next question. There are some people who have bad intonation or accent but want to be a public speaker. If they speak, it makes sound wild and very funny, so it may be difficult to carry audience along. Okay, even if you have a bad accent, let's just say you have a bad accent, really bad accent. Another thing you can do is watch people who speak well, top speakers, mimic them. See, I always talk about finding your style, finding your voice and all that, but the truth is, while starting, you have to do a lot of mimicking. You have to do a lot of imitation. A speaker says, so today, say it. So today, say it like that. Maybe before what you say is, so to die. Yeah, maybe that's how you say it before. So try to now say it the way the speaker says it. So today, do you understand? So you can do a lot of mimicking, a lot of imitation, imitating speakers. Watch a speaker, repeat after them. Do these things. Don't seem, don't look, say, oh, it's cringe. No, some people will say, why will I do that? Do it. It's for your own good. So practicing like that will help you speak, have a better accent if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, Israel Mouth, you say know your phrases. Thank you. Brand mastery is some other that's paid. If you are yet to register, please, the link is, I'm going to type the link right now in the comments. I'm going to type the link right now in the comments. And the link is in the in the group chat. So click the link and you'll be getting access to it. Or you can send me a message. Send me a message on I'm on the, just put whatever you want to say, whatever question you have in the group chat. I will be answering that. So this is going to be open right now. It's still on its normal price, but it's going to be open at exactly immediately this live session ends. You can now start to make your payments for the next, remember, for the next 24 hours. You get access at, that's for the next 72 hours, you get access at 39,899. You join other people who are seated and waiting. I cannot wait. I can only imagine how transformational this will be. You know what they say about doing something for 21 days and it becomes a habit? Exactly. That's what we are going to be achieving with this. By the end of this program, this is the first cohort. By the end of it, you're going to see a lot of changes, transformational changes that you'll be thankful and happy that you took this decision. So if you're here and you're still sitting on the fence, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. What good would it make? What good would it do for you sitting on the fence? What good will it do for you? So take that decision right now. And this is the least fee you would ever pay to get into Speaker Lab, because even in the next cohort, the fee is going to go higher than this. All right. And I'm also giving you, because you're on this webinar, and even if you're coming back to watch the recording, I'm giving you an extra bonus in the next 24 hours, a one-on-one session. I'm shooting myself in the leg. I know. But anything for you. So ensure you do not miss out on this. All right, go to the group, click on the link right now to get access, and ensure, if you're here watching this, ensure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I have a lot coming for you. And also follow me across all social media platforms. Precious Greg, the Precious Greg on Instagram, and also on TikTok, the Precious Greg on Instagram and TikTok, Precious Greg on LinkedIn, and also Facebook. All right. I know that you've had such a great time. Oh, my people, please put in the comments if you had such a great time today. If today was such a value for you, a value for your time, please put in the comments your big take. Wow, we spent over 2 hours. Oh my God, 2 hours. Wow. What an amazing time we had today. Please let me see in the comments. Let me see in the comments how excited you are. What's your biggest takeaway? How was today for you? Burn down the comment. Oh, today was amazing. It was powerful. Oh, I'm so happy. And I want to also tell you and remind you that doing and learning all of these is one thing, but doing it is another. So it's one thing to learn, it's one thing to assimilate, to take all the knowledge, gather. Knowing doesn't bring a change in behavior. Knowledge doesn't bring a change in behavior, but implementation and practice brings a change in behavior. So now that you know all this, you know the SPEAK method for speaking, good. There's no change in behavior. You're only inspired. When you now start to put into action all this, that's when you see a change in behavior. So I urge you not to leave here without, you've made the resolution in your head, oh, I'm going to start putting into practice. Write down in your notes the things you're going to start doing. One, you mentioned you're going to practice daily, right? You mentioned you're going to create a phrase bank, right? Put down everything you're going to start doing. You listen to top speakers. What are you going to do? I'm going to practice daily. I'll stand in front of camera or in front of a mirror to talk every day. I'm going to do this daily. Make a commitment. I'm going to do this every day. Yes. Yeah, at last, since he said I'm dedicated and motivated. Yes. Okay. Dedicated and motivated. That's the first stage. Dedicated, now you now have to put into action all that you've learned. and ensure there's a change in behavior from now. You understand? So that is when the change in behavior comes. Purpose, the creator says so much value. Thank you for joining the prep framework. Yes, the prep framework. Don't forget the prep framework. Point, reason, example, point again. Such a great time. Thank you, Philip. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. And for you who's going to be coming back here to watch the recording, thank you. And for watching up until this moment, for staying till the very end, you are the real MVP. Ah, think of something to give you. Thank you so much for watching this. I am super excited. I had such a great time. I'm happy that you learned from this, and this was such a good use of your time. So, like I said, 24 hours. The offer is still 72 hours actually, but the extra bonus of one-on-one session is just for 24 hours. So go to the group chat right now. The link is going to be there. I'll be sending more information in the group chat, okay? And ensure you jump on this offer ASAP. The link is actually bit.ly speak ilab, bit.ly speak ilab. So you can click on that and it will take you to the page to get access and join us immediately. Classes start May 3rd and it's going to be such an amazing time. There's a lot planned, a lot in store. I cannot wait for you to experience it all. Everything we did here is just the tip of the iceberg. I can't wait to see you in class. All right. Thank you once again. I remain Precious Greg. Ensure to keep in touch. I'm on social media. Find me on social media. Send me a message. Tell me I loved this. Take a picture, take a screenshot, post it on your story. Tag me. I love it. I will repost. Whatever, just tag me. I say I had such a great time learning the SPEAK framework and I'm super excited. So I look forward to seeing your messages. I look forward to seeing your tags. And please, I will end with this. Like I said, knowledge doesn't change behavior, but action and implementation changes behavior. So if you want a change in your behavior, if you want a change in the way you speak, go and put into practice, go and put into action all that you've learned today. The world is waiting to hear your story. The world is waiting to listen to you. That global stage is waiting for you. And all you have to do is just stand up and walk up to that stage, own it like you deserve to be there. The stage is waiting for you. So I urge you to get up and own it. Thank you so much. Until we see you again. Ciao. Bye.